So this is a super interesting chapter, and we're being introduced to Naoya Zenin, who is the son of Naobito, and also maybe the brother of Maki and Mai, and I'll get into that, because things are getting a little weird with the Zenin family tree here. But anyway, Naoya is revealed to be a special grade 1 sorcerer, which is not too shabby. We're also finding out that Maki is currently dying, and this is what happened during the Shibuya arc with Jogo, like, lighting her up. Is she going to die? I don't think so, or at least I certainly hope not. But right off the bat, it's revealed that Naoya is not a good guy. We're not supposed to like him. He's really demeaning towards Mai and Maki and just women in general. But then we're seeing him meet up with two of the other top Zenin family representatives, and that's Ogi and Junichi. So now that Ogi is revealed here, let's go into what he represents. So at this point, he may or may not be Maki and Mai's dad, because it was implied in the story that that's the case, but apparently it's not, because in the data book, it lists him as being their grandfather, and that his daughter gave birth to Maki and Mai. And if Naobito is their father, and also the brother of Ogi, then that means that Naobito, you know, hooked up with his own niece. Like I said, I don't know if this is absolutely the truth, since it doesn't straight up say it in the manga, and the data books are always kind of wishy-washy sometimes. I just want to put that out there because it's something that needs to be known at this point, at least within the Jujutsu Kaisen fandom. But anyway, they start talking, and Naoya further establishes that he's a piece of crap, and they actually try to attack him. Then this dude randomly comes in. He's like going to read Naobito's will, because he's revealing that Naobito is officially dead at this point. Going back to what happened in Shinjuku, he was also lit up by Jogo, and he died as a result of that. So yeah, Naobito's gone, unfortunately. He started to somewhat become likable towards the end of Shibuya. But anyway, he starts reading the will, and he says the 27th head of the Zenin clan is to be Naoya Zenin. Naoya is to inherit all assets, including the cursed tools stored in Tokyo Prefectural Jujutsu High School and the Zenin family curse warehouses. Upon approval by either Ogi or Junichi, Naoya may take over all duties. However, if Gojo has died or become mentally incapacitated for any reason, a written agreement concluded with Toji Fushiguro will welcome Megumi Fushiguro into the Zenin clan, whereupon he shall become the head of the Zenin clan and all assets shall be passed to him. So yeah, considering that Gojo is in the prison realm right now, I guess that's meeting the requirements here. So Fushiguro should, in theory, become the head of the Zenin clan at this point. And naturally this, you know, angers Naoya, and he even realizes immediately that Ogi and Junichi, they're gonna prefer, you know, Fushiguro over him. Naoya asks, like, where is Fushiguro right now? And then this lady says she doesn't know the details, but it appears he's searching for Yuji Itadori in Tokyo. And then he finds out that Yuji is Sukuna's vessel, and he's like, well then tell the higher ups that I'm going to kill Sukuna's vessel. And he's saying this, of course, because he just found out that Fushiguro is chasing after Yuji. So he's like, okay, well then I'll just use that as an excuse to chase after Sukuna's vessel myself, because he's also chasing after him. So I'll find Fushiguro in the process and literally kill two birds with one stone. Because if he takes out Fushiguro, then he can become the leader of the Zenin clan. But then he also reveals something a little interesting here, and he says Tokyo has become the realm of demons now. It doesn't matter when or how people die. So this is confirming that Tokyo, you know, is ground zero right now for, you know, everything that happened at the end of the Shibuya arc. So then it cuts away from that, and we're going to where Tsukumo, Yuji, and Choso are. And we see Tsukumo talking. She's like, you know, sorry for not acting sooner, you know, coming to the whole Shibuya battle, you know, earlier. And then she says, like, have you realized I'm not necessarily on your side? I'm just a humble beauty who wants to eradicate cursed spirits from the world. So this is further establishing that, like, she's kind of like a neutral character, which I think is fine. But then she says it's about time I confront Tengen. So that's super interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes. And then we see Yuji like sitting on steps, and he has like his head down, and he's all glum and whatnot, which is understandable. And Choso is there with him, and he's like, you know, how are your injuries? He's like, I'm good somehow despite being hit by Black Flash. I think it's because of Sukuna. I can tell that his strength is growing. And then Choso's like, don't worry about me. You can return to Jujutsu High. I have to collect the remains of Choso and the others anyway. And then Yuji's like, the problem isn't whether I want to return or not. Sukuna is plotting something involving Fushiguro. Besides, I killed too many people, you know, going back to when Sukuna used Malevolent Shrine and then took out that 140 meter radius of Shibuya. And Yuji's like, you know, I can no longer stay with everyone. And then he straight up says to Choso, he's like, hey, you know I killed your little brothers, right? And Choso's like, it's fine. It was a misunderstanding. You know, if they were in my place, they would say the same thing. It isn't about forgiving or not forgiving. Brothers are just like that. So like Choso, whatever's going on with whether it is Yuji's curse technique or whatever's going on is like so powerful that like you just can't break this spell that he has on like Choso, and I'm sure the same thing would happen with Todo as well. But then we come to the end of the chapter and Yuji's like, you know what, let's go. Right now we have to take care of as many of the cursed spirits as possible. So Yuji has like, you know, fully accepted Choso as like his one, you know, ally at this point, since he says he can't go back to Tokyo Jujutsu High, and he's going to team up with him and just be like this two-man squad of taking down as many cursed spirits as they can, because, you know, it was just established that Tokyo is overrun with demons at this point. So Yuji's trying to do his best here to, you know, fix the big mess that came out of the arc and trying to redeem whatever Sukuna had done using his body. So it's understandable at this point that he's trying to do that, but then we see Yuji and Choso side by side, but then under them we see Naoya and Okotsu. And this is because we know that Naoya is now chasing after Yuji, and in the previous chapter it was established that Okotsu is going after him as well. And while Naoya and Okotsu both have different motives, they're still ultimately going after the same thing. So I'm pretty sure that all of these characters are going to converge at some point, maybe even in the next chapter. And Yuji saying that he's going to stay, you know, where they are in Tokyo, trying to take down all the demons, leaves him in the exact area where Naoya is going after, and Okotsu, I'm sure, is going to figure it out, you know, pretty easily. So is Okotsu and Naoya going to work together? I think inadvertently at first, probably, but once Okotsu figures out, you know, what Naoya is really about and his, you know, true feelings towards, you know, Maki and whatnot, he's not going to be on board with Naoya. And also Naoya is going to be, I think, the characters that's going to probably diffuse the situation between Okotsu and Yuji, possibly, because Naoya is going to be like the real villain of this arc, I guess, or at least one of them, because Okotsu isn't like a villain. He's kind of just living in ignorance at this point as to what's truly going on, you know? But yeah, let me know what you think about this chapter in the comments. Man, so excited about this series. Everything is just looking so good right now. Let me know what you think about it. Where do you think things are headed? And if you like the review, guys, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.